Hello and welcome to another PaintPott tutorial. So today we are going to be turning this mug into this monster mug. So it's a lovely basic tutorial. We'll be just going through the basics of creating this guy, from just creating a lovely surprise bottom to some solid white eyes on a green background, and how to paint the inside of a mug and how to not take yourself too seriously along the way. So let's get on with it and let's see how to make this mug. Okay, so let's get started on painting our Frankenstein mug. So as always, when we start painting with pottery, we need to make sure that all of the dust is off. So we need to wet and wipe the whole mug. So I'll do that now. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to draw the design on first with a felt tip pen because I want to make sure that it looks how I want it to look. So I'm going to have Frankenstein's face here with his bolts either side and maybe like a few like scars and stuff on the back. And I'm going to have his hair all around the top. So let's get drawing. Now remember that the felt tip pen will come off in the kiln, so it doesn't matter how rough it is, it's just to give you a guide so you know what you're aiming for. Okay, so then we're going to have a bolt. So this is his face, so let's draw his eyes first. So I'm going for a very cartoony look, and he's going to be smiling. So it's going to be like a cute Frankenstein. And he's going to have some scars. And then he's going to have his bolt maybe around here and around here. Oh, they're not lined up, so let's move that up a bit. There we go. It's a bit better. You can just about see them. And then I'm going to have some more scars around the back. And then on the bottom, I am going to write boo. It's a nice spooky mug. I might move that over a little bit so that when you're drinking it, so you're drinking it like this, people will see boo. So yeah. And then in the inside, I'm gonna do a bit more hair, I think. It's always a little bit harder to paint on the inside though, so it's gonna be a little bit rougher. And then I'm gonna do purple inside, because purple and green, if you've ever seen a Disney movie, you know the villains are always purple and green. So that's what I'm going for my mug. So there we go. Gonna have a nice spooky cute Frankenstein. Little eyebrows. Okay, so that's him. So now I'm going to get all the paint in the palette and then we'll start painting. We're going to start with green first because black obviously, so you should really do from light colour to dark colour because the black will overpower the green. So we want to make sure that we put the green exactly where we want it, and we're going to leave the whites of the eyes because we don't want the eyes green. So and I might also leave where the bolts are so that the grey comes out quite well. Okay, Okay, so I'm going to use a nice big brush because we've got a lot of things, space to cover, so let's get in painted green. I'm gonna, so obviously I've done all these scars and stuff. I know roughly where they are. When I start painting, they're going to be disappeared. But as I said, we need to avoid the whites of the eyes and the bolts. It doesn't matter if we slightly go over the hair because the black will overpower the green anyway. But yeah, just miss the whites of the eyes and the bolts. That's the most important thing to do. Oh my God. And then completely ignore yourself. I got a bit carried away there, guys, but I am going to. So if something like this happens to you and you've just said avoid the whites of the eyes, get some water. I'm gonna try and wipe it off. So it's not going to be gone completely, but we'll be able to paint over that white. So, you know, mistakes happen. I make mistakes too. So, you know, let's just make sure we don't cover that again with any green. I got a bit carried away. Right, so let's avoid the eyes from now on. It's very easy when you've got a big brush to just like go for it like I just did. So don't feel too bad. You can always rectify the situation. You can go rough around these bits because we'll do perfect circles and things when we come to do that colour. So that's the first coat done. So we're going to do 2 more coats, so always do a minimum of 3 coats and just avoid the eyes like I did. Obviously actually avoid the eyes and avoid the bolts, and again you can do rough by the hair because it will be black, so it will overpower the green. So let's keep going. And it's okay to, I think it's better to get a smaller brush around the details that you want to miss out, because otherwise you do what I did and go over the lines. So get a smaller brush and don't do what I did. Okay, so here's the green applied. So I've done 3 coats. That should be enough for a nice thick colour, but what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do the handle and the hair. So that's going to be, both is going to be black, and I'm going to do the bottom bit purple because it will really stand out, and then obviously the inside is going to be black and purple too. Okay, let's get on with the black. Okay, now the hair's done, I'm going to do the handle. So, handle is going to be black, just because it matches the hair and I thought it would look pretty cool. Okay, and then with all handles, always best to paint the detailed bits with a smaller brush because it's quite hard otherwise to get it just on where you want it. Alright, so we're going to move on to the purple now. So we're going to use a nice kind of biggish brush again because we're going to be covering the entire bottom in purple and the rest of the inside. So yes, it's going to be nice and quick, hopefully, this purple bit. And then I can always go over the hair, the black hair, with a pointed nozzles. So let's turn this over. So I'm going to go over my boo because I think I can do that without any issue, and I'm going to do that in black anyway, so it stands out when someone's drinking. It's a little bit easier once you've done the rim to then use a bigger brush on it because it seems to stick to the highest paint. So yes, almost done, just one more and then we'll do the inside. Let's do the inside. Okay, so the inside is going to be really hard to paint. It's always harder to paint inside because you've got less room to move the brush and you're more likely to hit something. So please don't worry if your inside doesn't look so good. I'm not aiming for it to be perfect. I just want some sort of design on it so it looks pretty on the side or in the cupboard. Most of the time this is going to have something in it, so a cup of tea, a pumpkin spice latte as it is Halloweeny, and look, I've already got purple on the black, and that's the good thing about black is it won't show it up. So this is just a design that you can do with your kids as a little Halloween present for someone. So I think the best thing about pottery painting is that it's not going to be perfect. I mean, yours might be, but I know that mine's not going to be, and I kind of like that. There we go, lovely and purple on the inside. Oh, there's a few bits white I can see, so I'm just gonna go over those. Okay, perfect. So we're purple on the bottom, purple on the inside. So now we're gonna do his features. Okay, so we're going to do the eyes now, and what I'm going to do is use the detailer to make sure the white is really nice and thick, so that it's a nice bright white eye. So what I'm going to do is just squeeze loads and kind of do the size I want of the eye. Okay, and then I'm gonna fill it in. It's kind of like a cookie icing decorator. Just lots and lots of white. Now this is going to take years to dry, but now I can kind of make it more of a perfect oval shape. There we go. And I should have done it the other way around because I'm right-handed, but we'll just turn it upside down. So then hopefully, because I've gone over that so thick, the green shouldn't be so prominent. Okay, so we're going to do the grey of his bolts, and I'm just going to kind of do the same thing that I did with the eyes. So the paint is nice and thick, and we only have to do it once then. Nice little cheaty way of doing it. Okay, there's one bolt. Turn it around. So you need to be really careful though, because these are very wet now, so. There we go. One bolt, two bolt, and eyes. So I'm going to do the scars now as well while I'm here with my writers, and because the eyes and the bolts are going to take ages to dry, I might as well let everything dry all together. So let's do his little smile where I accidentally put black on. Just a nice little smile. So nice and simplistic. Obviously we'll do the black to the eyes once the eyes have dried. The eyes are going to take ages to dry. Looking good. So the good thing with felt tip pen is that you can still just about see it underneath the paints because it reacts with the water from the paints. So be really careful. So he's got some scars on his face there, he's got his bolts, and he's got his scars on his back. I think he's looking pretty good. And then we also want to do some eyebrows. So let's do those. I like to put my writer in the sponge because it clears it and cleans it, so you don't have a massive blob coming out. There we go. Two eyebrows, a little bit mismatched, but we'll get over that. Okay, so now everything needs to dry. So I'm just working out which way up the boo should go. So if you're facing that way, it should say boo. So if I turn it upside down, so boo. So it should say boo this way. Okay, so I'm going to do this in a bright black, well, dark black. There we go. Boo. So now that all needs to dry, and then once that's all dry, we'll put the eyes on the eyes and we'll be finished. Okay, so it's all dried. I went and had a cup of tea while it dried, but I think it took maybe like 10-15 minutes to dry properly. So now I'm going to put the pupils on his eyes and we are done. I'm really pleased with how he's looking, especially the boo. The boo looks great. So yeah, let's get these whites of the eyes filled and then we're done. And there you go. Super cute Frankenstein monster. So yeah, here we go. Here he is. Nice purple on the inside, boo underneath. And yeah, let's see what it looks like after the kiln. So I'm really pleased with how my monster mug has come out. He's out of the kiln now, and I'm actually going to be giving him away to one of my art subscribers. So if you want to join, then it's just from £2 a month, and you can find the link in my comments below. I also run PaintPott, which is a pottery painting business where you can rent a rental kit in the areas around Southampton, and we'll deliver a full pottery painting kit to your house, collect it again and re-deliver it once it's been in the kiln. So if you are in the local area, why not make your own monster mug and book today? So thank you for watching the video. Next time we're going to be making something a little bit more festive, and I can't wait to see you then. If you really like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe, and we'll grow this how to paint pottery little video channel. Thank you guys, and have a very spooky day.